Little girl's secret rescue signal in supermarket. Cops saw it and immediately followed her. It was a crisp Tuesday afternoon at the bustling Fresh Mart supermarket in suburban Cedar Ridge, fluorescent lights humming overhead, carts clattering down aisles, and the faint scent of fresh bread and citrus wafting through the air. Shoppers moved in their usual rhythm, moms comparing prices, teens texting while browsing snacks, elderly couples debating which brand of coffee to buy. But hidden beneath the ordinary hum of grocery life was a silent, chilling drama unfolding, one that would later be hailed as a miracle of quick thinking, childhood bravery, and divine timing. Her name was Emily Carter, just 6 years old, bright-eyed, quiet, and clever beyond her years. She wore a pink hoodie with a unicorn on the front and carried a small stuffed rabbit named Mr. Hops in her backpack. Her lucky charm, she called it. Emily wasn't alone in the store. She was with her Aunt Linda, who had offered to take her shopping while Emily's mom worked late. But Linda, distracted by a phone call from her boss, wandered off toward the pharmacy section, leaving Emily near the cereal aisle with a simple instruction: "Stay right here, I'll be back in 2 minutes." Those 2 minutes stretched, and in that window of vulnerability, a man appeared. He was tall, wearing a gray baseball cap pulled low, a faded denim jacket, and sunglasses, odd for indoors. He didn't push a cart, didn't browse shelves. He simply watched. And then he approached Emily. "Hey, kiddo," he said, voice low and oddly calm. "Your aunt asked me to come get you. She's waiting by the front." Emily froze. Something didn't feel right. Her mom had drilled into her: if a stranger says they know me or Aunt Linda, don't go with them, even if they say it's an emergency. She didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't run. Not yet. She remembered something else, too. Something she'd learned from a school safety assembly just weeks before. The secret signal. Her school's resource officer, Officer Dan Reyes, had taught the kids a silent way to ask for help if they ever felt trapped or scared, especially if speaking out loud wasn't safe. It was simple. Cross your arms, then tap your opposite shoulder twice, slowly, while making direct eye contact with a trusted adult. The officer had explained, if you're ever in a store or a public place and you feel unsafe, find someone in uniform, a cop, a security guard, even a store manager, and give them the signal. We've trained local businesses and law enforcement to recognize it. You won't have to say a word. Emily had practiced it in class, laughed about it with her friends, never thought she'd actually use it, until now. The man reached for her hand. "Come on, sweetie, don't make me wait." Emily pulled back slightly. "I need to get Mr. Hops first," she stammered, pointing to her backpack. The man sighed, impatient. "Fine, hurry up." As she pretended to rummage through her backpack, Emily's eyes darted around the store. Cashiers, customers, a janitor mopping near the dairy section. And then she saw him, Officer Mark Jennings, a Cedar Ridge PD patrol officer, off duty but in uniform, buying protein bars and Gatorade after his morning shift. He stood near the checkout lanes, scrolling through his phone, unaware that a little girl's life was hanging in the balance just 30 feet away. Emily's heart pounded. She stood up, clutching Mr. Hops to her chest, and did it. She crossed her arms. Then, slowly, deliberately, she tapped her left shoulder twice. She locked eyes with Officer Jennings and held his gaze. At first, he didn't react. He was tired, distracted, thinking about his daughter's soccer game later that evening. But then, something clicked. His eyes narrowed. He looked at the man beside her, the way the man's hand hovered near her arm, the way Emily's body was angled away, defensive, the unnatural stillness in her expression. And then he remembered the training bulletin, the child safety signal program the department had rolled out with local schools. Tap, tap. He'd seen it in the video, just like that. Every hair on his neck stood up. Without breaking eye contact with Emily, Officer Jennings dropped his basket. He didn't run, didn't shout. He walked, calm, purposeful, toward the cereal aisle. The man noticed him coming. His posture stiffened. He glanced at Emily, then at the officer, then back at Emily. "Time to go," he muttered, tugging her wrist. Emily dug her heels in. "No, I want to stay." The man's grip tightened. "Don't make a scene." Officer Jennings was 10 feet away now. "Hey," he called out, voice even but firm. "Is everything okay over here?" The man turned, forcing a smile, "Just helping this little girl find her aunt." Emily looked up at Officer Jennings, eyes wide, pleading. Jennings crouched slightly, keeping his tone gentle but his eyes sharp. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Emily," she whispered. "And who's this man?" Emily shook her head. "I don't know him." The man's smile vanished. "She's confused. Her aunt. Ma'am, Jennings called out to a nearby store employee. Can you page Linda Carter to the cereal aisle, please? Emergency. The employee, sensing the tension, hurried to the intercom. The man took a step back. Look, I don't have time for this. I'm just trying to help. You're not going anywhere, Jennings said, standing now, hand resting near his sidearm. Not until we sort this out. Shoppers nearby began to notice. A woman pulled her child closer. A teenager stopped texting and stared. The air thickened with tension. Then footsteps. Emily. A frantic voice cut through the silence. Linda came sprinting down the aisle, phone still in hand, face pale with terror. Emily. Emily broke free and ran to her aunt, burying her face in Linda's coat. Linda dropped to her knees, hugging her tight. Oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry. I turned my back for 1 minute. It's okay, Aunt Linda, Emily whispered. I did the signal. Linda looked up, confused, then followed Emily's gaze to Officer Jennings. The officer nodded. She gave the safety signal. Twice, clear as day. Linda burst into tears. Thank you so much. The man, he tried to slip away, but Jennings was ready. He blocked his path. Sir, I need to see some ID. The man hesitated, then bolted. He didn't get far. 2 store security guards, alerted by the employee, intercepted him near the automatic doors. Within seconds, Jennings had him cuffed. Later, police discovered the man, identified as 42-year-old Roland Vickers, had a record, 2 prior arrests for attempted child abduction. He'd been released on parole just 3 months earlier, and he'd been stalking the supermarket for days, watching for unattended children. Emily's signal, her quiet, courageous act, had not only saved herself, it likely prevented other children from becoming victims. The aftermath. News of the incident spread like wildfire. Local news stations ran the story with headlines. 6-year-old secret signal stops abduction attempt. Hero cop responds. The Cedar Ridge Police Department held a press conference. Officer Jennings was hailed as a hero, but he deflected the praise. The real hero is Emily, he told reporters. She stayed calm. She remembered her training. She trusted that someone would see her, and she was right. That's bravery. Emily's school threw her a surprise assembly. The principal presented her with a bravery badge. Officer Dan Reyes, the one who taught the signal, hugged her and said, "You just saved the program, kid." After this, every school in the state is going to want to teach it. Emily, shy but smiling, held up Mr. Hops and said, "He helped too." Her story went viral. Secret signal trended for days. Parents across the country began teaching their kids the gesture. Police departments from Oregon to Florida reached out to Cedar Ridge PD, asking for training materials. The supermarket installed more security cameras, staff received enhanced safety training, and a new policy was implemented. Any child spotted alone for more than 60 seconds would be approached by an employee, but perhaps the most touching moment came a week later. Officer Jennings visited Emily at home, not in uniform this time, but with a gift, a framed photo of the 2 of them at the police station, surrounded by officers, all giving the secret signal with big smiles. Underneath it read, "To Emily, the bravest little officer we know. Thank you for reminding us that heroes come in small packages. Cedar Ridge PD." Emily hung it above her bed. She still carries Mr. Hops in her backpack, and she still practices the signal, just in case. Why this story matters. Emily's story isn't just a feel-good headline. It's a wake-up call and a roadmap. Children are often taught to yell and run if they're in danger, but in crowded public spaces, that's not always possible or safe. Predators rely on silence, confusion, and the assumption that no one is paying attention. The secret signal bridges that gap. It's nonverbal, universal, easy to remember, and when paired with community awareness, store employees, police, bystanders trained to recognize it, it becomes a lifeline. Since Emily's incident, over 200 schools in 15 states have adopted similar programs. Child safety advocates are pushing for national implementation. Legislation is being drafted. All because one little girl remembered what she learned. All because one officer was paying attention. A message to parents and guardians. Teach your children the signal. Practice it with them. In the car, at the mall, during playtime. Make it a game. Make it normal. Explain. If you ever feel scared and can't talk, find someone in uniform or a store employee with a name tag. Cross your arms, tap each shoulder twice, look them in the eyes. They'll know what it means. And if you're out with your child, stay close. Distractions happen, but even 30 seconds is too long. Predators are patient. They wait for that moment. Better yet, teach your child to say, "I need to check with my grown-up first," if a stranger approaches. Role-play scenarios. Empower them with words and actions. Final thoughts. Emily Carter didn't set out to be a hero that day. She just wanted to pick out her favorite cereal. But when danger came quietly, she responded with quiet courage. She didn't freeze. She didn't panic. She remembered. And because she did, she's still here. Still laughing. Still hugging Mr. Hops. Still picking out sugary cereal on Saturday mornings. Her story reminds us that evil often hides in plain sight. But so does hope. In the cereal aisle, in the tired eyes of an off-duty cop, in the tap-tap of a child's fingers against her shoulder. Sometimes, salvation doesn't come with sirens. Sometimes, it comes with silence. And sometimes, it comes from the smallest among us. If you were moved by Emily's story, please share this video. Teach the signal to your kids. Talk to your schools. Awareness saves lives. And if you're ever in a store and see a child give the secret signal, don't ignore it. Step in. Be the adult who notices. You might just save a life. Tap, tap. It's that simple. It's that powerful. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our stories.